Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check. Wait on me. All right. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Laughlin Center here for tonight's basketball matchup between the St. Mary of the Woods College Pomeroys and your Lincoln Christian University Red Lions. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight we'd like to take a moment to recognize two four-year members of the LCU women's basketball team, Michaela Smith and Audrey Henningsen. Michaela and Audrey have been an integral part of the program's growth over the last few years and continue to serve as great role models for their teammates. With the NAIA granting an additional year of eligibility due to the COVID-19 pandemic's impact to college athletics, Audrey and Michaela will be returning next year for one more go-around. Therefore, there will be no senior night festivities this evening, but we look forward to giving them the honor and recognition they deserve next season. We are so grateful for them being student athletes of character and campus leaders on and off the court. Thank you for Audrey and Michaela for your investment in LCU athletics. We are thankful for the opportunity to welcome you back for one more year. Ladies and gentlemen, Michaela Smith and Audrey Henningsen. And at this time, I invite everyone to please rise, place the flag, and join me in the saying of prayer followed by our national anthem. Please pray with me. God, thank you for just a beautiful day. God, the sun finally came out, it warmed up, and we're just reminded of just the beauty and all the blessings that you have bestowed upon us. God, thank you for loving us. Thank you for allowing our friends of St. Mary of the Woods College to travel here safely. God, I pray that you can keep everyone safe tonight, and I pray at the end of the night that you may be honored, that you may be glorified as the great God that you are. We love you. We pray all these things in the holy and mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Now let's meet the starters. First, for the Pomeroys of St. Mary of the Woods College. At guard, a 5'6" senior from Speedway, Indiana, number 2, Reagan Hubbard. At guard, a 5'5" senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 3, Delaney Kendall. At guard, a 5'9" senior from Beaver Creek, Ohio, number 5, Sydney Ingram. At forward, a 5'10" senior from O'Fallon, Illinois, number 32, Maggie Reimer. And at forward, a 5'11" junior from Corey, Indiana, number 34, Adelaide Jeffers. And now, the start line for your LCU Red Lions. At guard, a 5'3" freshman from Wayne City, Illinois, number 3, Avery Seidel. At guard, a 5'4" freshman from Metamora, Illinois, number 10, Lexi McClure. At guard, a 5'11" freshman from Mahomet, Illinois, number 20, Michaela Rosenberry. At guard, a 5'9" junior from Williamsport, Tennessee, number 21, Audrey Henningsen. And at guard, a 5'6" senior from Chillicothe, Illinois, number 32, Michaela Smith. LCU's coached by Christian Lowry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our final rendition of Red Line Basketball here on the Red Line Network. As a little bit of a sad occasion, but we're excited to get some basketball underway. I'm Jared Glassford. Thank you so much for tuning in as the Pomeroys of St. Mary the Wood College come into town to face your Lincoln Christian University Red Lions at the Laughlin Center. LCU gets the first opening possession. McClure's three is short, and the Pomeroys looking to push. St. Mary the Woods College opening up in their away navy blue uniform, sky blue trim. LCU electing to go with the away reds in honor of the seniors we have tonight, as it is quote-unquote senior night, as we got a couple 40-year members in Michaela Smith and Audrey Henningsen on the squad. But if you missed it in the pregame, with both of them getting another year of eligibility according to the NAIA because of COVID, they've both elected to come back next season, so they'll get the proper senior night next season when all this COVID stuff is done and over with. But right now we play on. Very thankful for the opportunities and the impact that they have both made on this LCU program, as Kendall of the Pomeroys breaks the tie to put the first score of the game on the board. And then I'll put LCU back in possession. A little bit of a 2-3 zone look so far for the Pomeroys. Good skip pass there. Lexi McClure has it. McClure goes back up top. Good ball movement on the entry pass to Henningsen. Henningsen goes back over the middle. Maybe had a shot partially blocked, but either way, it's going back the other way. Ingram trying to go full court. Kicks it back out that time to Hubbard. Hubbard's got to get rid of it, and they'll set up the offense from there. Kendall gets it down low. Good ball movement right now by the Pomeroys as they kick it back out with 12 seconds to work with. Shot over the middle. That is no good that time by Reimer. LCU looking to push now. Smith running the full court. Goes right end to end, but has her shot blocked that time by Jeffers. Here comes the Pomeroys now. Hubbard goes full court. Well short. And they're going to say Henningsen caught the ball out of bounds, and that's going to stay right here at St. Mary the Woods College. So good effort on both ends right now for both teams, really. As both teams looking to run early. As the three-point shot up and strong as Jeffers gets a rebound, though. And she kicks it back out, and they're going to have a fresh 20 seconds to work with. Oh, good idea right there. Ends up in a wide-open three-point shot, and that is off left. Good look that time by Kendall, but not able to fall. Smith looking to push now. Smith goes behind the back, kicks it out in the corner. Lexi McClure. McClure drives middle, almost lost it, and ends up does in the hands of Jeffers. 3-on-2 fast break. Jeffers running the full length of the court. Has to dish it back out. Good ball movement, wide open shot, but there's a difference between a crow hop and just a flat-out double hop, as she takes a hop right there. And that's going to be the first turnover of the ball game for the Pomeroys. So St. Mary still looking in that 2-3 zone early in this one. As McClure has the ball on the right side, and they are pressing the top girl and Hubbard pressing well beyond the three-point line, trying to keep the ball on that side of the court. Smith, she'll fire for three. That's off. And we're coming back the other way. If you look at the record of either of these teams coming into this game, not very impressive either way. So both teams in desperate need of a victory really at the closing part of their season. LCU just announced plans for guys and girls for Crowley's Ridge this weekend. We'll get into that later. Is the shot clock down to 5. Here we go. Kendall has to dish it down low. A couple pump fakes. That time shot in the post well short. It's Smith looking to run. Working 2-on-2, and she will be fouled from behind in the backcourt. That foul going to go against Reagan Hubbard, and that will be her first foul of the contest, team's first as well. So Emma Saunders, number 14, and Allison Hardick coming into the game for the Pomeroys. Hardick, the freshman from Illinois. Saunders from Terre Haute, Indiana. Is that pass going out of bounds? Good deflection that time by Ingram. It's going to stay right here. Here we go now. Smith to steer the ship for LCU. Henningsen. Back to Rosenberry. Rosenberry been a lethal three-point shooter as of late. Got to trace her off the arc if you're St. Mary's. McClure thought about it. Has to go skip past that time to Henningsen. Henningsen goes right to the rim, but they're going to say she's fouled on the floor. Good take that time by Audrey Henningsen. That foul going to be picked up against Allison Hardick. That'll be team second to LCU's none. McClure to trigger the inbound. Goes right to Seidel, and Seidel lays it in to break the deficit right there to tie the ball game up at 2 apiece. So good play out of bounds set by Coach Lowry. And they're going to say the ball, I'm not sure what was happening there, but the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to stay right here with the Pomeroys. Also like to think, while we got a split second, speaking of Coach Lowry, appreciate all the work that he's done as McClure gets the steal, all the hard work he's put in on the recording side of things. Henningsen going to go across court, and she's going to line to shoot 2. But Coach Lowry, if you missed it, or you watched a couple of games on the guys' side of things, you know that Coach Lowry has stepped in and become the color commentator on the guys' side of things for a couple of the games, and just a real delight to work with in the announcer's booth. Appreciate all the hard work he's done. Kind of sad the guys' season's over, so I don't get to work another game with him. But, hey, got one more year here at LCU, so I'm looking forward to next season already. As Henningsen hits the first. Henningsen, 68% free throw shooter on the year, 15 of 22. But that percentage improves almost immediately as she goes 2 for 2 from the line to make it a 4-2 ball game with 5:45. Here we go now as that ball sails nearly out of bounds, but Smith able to come up with it. Smith goes up to that time to Rosenberry, but pass is deflected, and we're going back the other way. Kendall running the court. Got numbers now. As she kicks it back out to Ingram. Ingram puts it on the deck, goes right to the rim, but she's going to be fouled by Audrey Henningsen. That will be Henningsen's first foul of the game. So that'll put Sydney Ingram on the free throw line, the 5'9" senior from Beaver Creek, Ohio. But we have Carroll High School. As their first free throw is good. As a team, the Pomeroys only shooting at 58%. So not a great free throw shooting team, but I mean, you got to make some to get up there. She goes 2 for 2 from the line. Yes, Hubbard will check back into the game. So it's a 4-4 ball game with 5:15 left here in the opening quarter of play. Got 3 fouls on St. Mary's to 1 on LCU. McClure with the ball in offense. McClure goes right to the rim, goes over top of the defense. No good that time. Henningsen tries to come in off the offensive glass, but we're going to say it's off on her. That's going the other way. As Elena Kendall checks back in, number 3 for St. Mary's. Here we go now, Hubbard with the ball. LCU opening up in a man look on defense as they have been almost the entirety of the game. Jeffers gets the ball down below, looking on Rosenberry. A good strong move, but leaves it up short. Jeffers goes right back in, and that's going to be a held ball. Possession will stay with the Pomeroys as LCU with their first sub of the game. Checking in, Jordan Price, the 5'10 junior from Fulton, Illinois, by way of Webster University. Price been coming off the bench since undergoing a little bit of an ankle injury, so good to get her in the game with a minute she's allowed as that shot well short, but offensive foul called, and that's going the other way. Oh, but they're going to say Rosenberry's feet, they're going to say we're in the circle, so they're going to call a blocking foul on that, has both feet in the charge circle. Don't see that call a lot, but there is the call called by the officials, so the foul will be picked up on Rosenberry. That'll be her first, and that will put Delaney Kendall on the free throw line. out of Indianapolis, Indiana, by way of Plainfield High School. Plainfield High School, somewhat near our cameraman's Ian Pence alma mater. As she goes 2 for 2 from the line to give the Pomeroys a 6-4 advantage on the game. 4:30 left here in the opening quarter. Smith with the ball up top. Goes to her right side to Seidel. Seidel with the pass fake ends up in the hands of Rosenberry. Rosenberry just well beyond the three-point line as she'll finally have an open look. That's too strong. First look for Rosenberry, no good. And here come the Pomeroys. Jeffers running the full length of the court, kicks it back out. Good ball movement as Ingram will put on the deck. She'll fire from 15. That's no good. And they're going to call a foul over the back, and that is going to be called on Maggie Reimer. And that'll be Reimer's first. Saying she's going over the back of Jordan Price. Price, good box out on that play. And boxing out gets you rewarded in the great game of basketball. So here we go now for the Red Lions. Seidel working in. Still a zone look now for the Pomeroys. That pass, good idea by Henningsen, but the pass just off the reach of Avery Seidel. And that goes out of bounds. Another turnover committed by LCU, and that is LCU's third turnover in just the opening quarter. So Jeffers now, the ball, top of the key. And they're going to call an offensive foul that time, and there's the offensive foul as Rosenberry sold the call, giving Jeffers the foul. And that's going back the other way. As Emma Saunders checks it back into the game. Here we go. Smith working to her left. Goes behind the back. Trying to make something happen. Goes cross court to Rosenberry. Rosenberry, she'll fire for three. That's good from Michaela Rosenberry. And one of our best three-point shooters starts off 1 for 2. Give her 50% from the field so far, and that breaks the tie. LCU leads 7-6 now. Kendall, pass stolen that time by Jordan Price. Ball's on the floor. Here we go now. Numbers for St. Mary's. And they're wisely going to throw that back out and run some offense. And they're going to say her feet move before the ball. And timeout going to be taken on the floor. 30-second timeout. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back here in just a moment here on the Red Line Network. And welcome back. Coming out of the timeout, LCU with a 1-point lead, 7-6, with 3 minutes left here in the first quarter of play. As Rosenberry has the ball on the left side, goes back up top to Smith. Smith, cross-court pass to Seidel. She'll fire. That's good from Avery Seidel. And LCU with a couple of triples finds themselves with a 4-point lead. So a 6-0 run now for the Red Lions. Here we go now. Kendall with the ball up top goes over to Hubbard. Hubbard trying to receive a screen, and she does. Goes to the middle. Hubbard, little floater in the middle. That's short. Price with the rebound. And Jeffers, got to watch out for her. She's been all over the place for the offensive glass for the Pomeroys tonight. Here we go. Seidel left wide open again. Seidel hits another. 2 for 2 now for Avery Seidel. And the sniper from Wayne City strikes again. Hubbard now working on Seidel. Goes over the middle. Good roll that time by Saunders, but she's got to put it on the deck. Goes over to Jeffers. Pass deflected and stolen. Here we go now. 5-on-4 fast break. Smith goes behind the back, goes right to the middle. And they're going to call foul on the floor. That foul going to be called against Delaney Kendall. And that is the 15th foul of the Pomeroys. So that'll put Michaela Smith on the free throw line. As unfamiliar with the rules at NAI of women's basketball, fouls reset each quarter, or team fouls reset each quarter instead of halves like in the men's side of things. So each team fifth foul, it results in a double bonus situation. Personal fouls remain the same. Michaela Smith goes to the line, a 64% free throw shooter on the years, but she knocks them both down. Make it now an 11-0 run for LCU. Under 2 minutes to play. Hubbard has the ball. Thought about putting it down low and does that time. Kendall, she'll put on the deck, goes cross court. Good ball movement, and they try to fit it down low to Jeffers, but too much smoke on that pass, goes out of bounds. And that'll be another turnover by the Pomeroys. LCU with possession. Rosenberry goes middle as Keegan Lord, she'll pull up for 15. That's no good. Good look, though, as Lord was level wide open on that play. Here we go now. Hubbard goes right to the rim, and she will get a pair of free throws. That foul going to be called against Avery Seidel, her first. And that will put Reagan Hubbard on the free throw line. So Lexi McClure will check back in. So Hubbard misses the first. Hubbard, Ian, let's see if you know your Indiana high school trivia. She's from Speedway, Indiana. Do you know what the mascot of Speedway High School is?
I honestly have no idea.
It is the Spark Plugs. Did you know? You learn something new every day. The Speedway High School Spark Plugs. A little Indiana basketball trivia for you. As McClure has it, goes right side to Michaela Smith. Smith runs off a screen. Good screen that time, but it's taken away by Hubbard. They're going to say a held ball, and that's going to stay right here with the Red Lions. So aggressive defense on the perimeter by Reagan Hubbard to get two hands on the ball right there. And the Red Lions now with the ball in offense. 5 seconds on the shot clock, though. Good hands that time by Jeffers. And Jeffers left all alone on the fast break. She goes up and scores to end the scoring drought for the Pomeroys. Here we go now. 35 seconds remaining. McClure goes in the corner to Lord. Lord to Price. Got to get the ball reversed right here. Shot clock under 10. Price with the ball in the middle. Takes a couple dribbles, goes over the right shoulder, and that's no good. Shot clock turned off now. 12 seconds. Here in the first quarter play. Kendall, she'll fire for three. That's short. Price with the rebound now. 5 seconds to work with. Price goes coast to coast with it, but they're going to say she is fouled with 0.6 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. So good heads-up play by Jordan Price to go the full length of the court as she is fouled by Reagan Hubbard, and that will put Price on the free throw line. So Price, a 71% free throw shooter on the year. Her first attempt is nothing but the bottom of the net there. So pretty exciting, kind of a low-scoring first half compared to some games, first quarter play, but an exciting one, that's for sure, as they get the ball in, and that'll conclude the first quarter of play. LCU opens up a 8-point advantage, 17-9. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Red Line Network. And welcome back here for the second quarter of play. Got 10 more minutes to work with before we go into halftime. If you're just tuning in, thank you for tuning in, or thank you for joining us on the Red Line Network. I'm Jared Glassford. We got a 17-9 advantage as we got a traveling violation taken by Kendall. Not the NBA, can't walk with the ball in the hands. So 17-9 advantage for the Red Lions after a ferocious 11-0 run near the end of that first quarter. See how the Pomeroys respond here in this one. Rosenberry, the ball in the corner, goes up top. Henningsen thought about the three instead, decides to give it back to Rosenberry. Shot clock down to 10. Seidel now. Skip past that time to Henningsen. She'll fire from 18. That's good. So the mid-range assassin herself, Audrey Henningsen, strikes again. And the lead now up to 10 for LCU. Here we go now. Reimer hands up that time to Hubbard. Hubbard has to kick it back out to Jeffers. They go back into Reimer. Reimer, the turnaround shot, that's no good. Good fight for the rebound as Jeffers earns another possession and score for the Pomeroys. Nobody from LCU wanted a part of putting a block out on her, and that results in an easy bucket as Henningsen will fire for three. That's short. Rebounded by the Pomeroys, and they're looking to push. Hubbard tries to get down low to Reimer. Reimer goes over the left shoulder. That's short. Smith now goes coast to coast, lowers her shoulder, and scores for LCU to push the lead back up to 10. So Hubbard now dribbles to her left, receives a screen from Reimer, and she should have just turned around and shot the ball. She was left wide open on there as Ingram fires, misses everything. And they're going to call a double dribble that time on Michaela Smith. And that'll be another turnover committed by the Red Lions. As Emma Saunders checks back into the game. Here we go now. Hubbard with the ball on the right side. Dribbles over to her middle. Good screen that time. As excellent three-point shot by Kendall. And that cuts into the deficit. So Smith with the ball up top. Goes middle to Henningsen. Henningsen tries to lob it over the top to Rosenberry, but just a careless play. Ends up in another possession by the Pomeroys. And LCU, the story been most of the season, can start off strong, but not really able to make in-game adjustments on the court. So we'll see how the players will respond here in the second quarter of play. Jeffers working on Henningsen. Has to throw it back out to Hubbard. Hubbard, a couple of hesitation moves, ends up in the hands of Saunders. Saunders puts it on the deck. She goes up, layup, way strong. But Jeffers and nobody is boxing her out, and she's going to have herself a career night if nobody continues to put a body on her down low. Here we go. Henningsen goes over the middle. That a wild shot. Misses everything, and here come the Pomeroys now. Ingram running the full length of the court, back out to Hubbard. Hubbard thought about the three, instead decides to put it on the deck. And she will pull out and reset the offense right now for St. Mary's. So Ingram has his ball, shot clock down to 10. She goes, a good block that time by Rosenberry. Seidel looking to push now. Smith left all alone. She fires. That's no good. Jeffers gets the board, and here come the Pomeroys. Hubbard goes left side. Excellent hands that time, but Michaela Rosenberry has to give it back out. Jeffers thought about the three. Goes right to the rim. That layup is good. No answers right now for Adeline Jeffers. And the junior from Corey, Indiana, having herself a pretty good game right off the bat. Seidel for three. That's good from Avery Seidel. And Seidel right now, she's got 3 threes on the game. LCU leads 24-18 now with 5:45 to go here in half. Hubbard has the ball up top, working on Avery Seidel. Shot clock down under 10. Hubbard, screen, goes to the middle. She kicks it back out to Ingram. Ingram goes right to the rim. And they're going to call the blocking foul, which means she will get a trip to the charity stripe. As the foul going to be called against Audrey Henningsen. That'll be Henningsen's second. As Jordan Price going to check back into the game for LCU. So that will put Sydney Ingram, the 5'9" senior from Beaver Creek, Ohio, on the free throw line as she catches the bottom of the net on the first. As Ingram hits the second one to stay perfect from the line, 4 for 4 on the evening. And she's going to take a break as Maggie Reimer checks back in for the Pomeroys. Here we go now. 4-point advantage for the Red Lions. Smith gives in the corner. Oh, great set play. As they sold me, I thought everything was going to the corner as Smith fires for 3 and hits it. So good inside-out play right there for the Red Lions. It is up in a wide-open 3 for Michaela Smith. And Smith doesn't take a ton of three-point shots, but a decent three-point shooter when she does, as she's shooting 30% on the year. And we got another offensive foul going to be called, and that's going to be against Reagan Hubbard, and that is the third on Hubbard. So the third on Hubbard, first on St. Mary's here in the first quarter. Here we go. McClure puts the ball on the deck, has to go back out to Smith. Smith hits Price. Price thought about it, instead decides to go right to the rim, and they're going to say she walked with it. Here we go now. Delaney Kendall will run things for the Pomeroys. Goes the right side to, that time, to Jeffers. Jeffers receives a screen but has to get rid of it. Shot clock down to 12. Kendall, and they're going to say she walked with it. So a lot of happy feet on both sides right now. You'd think, being this late into the season, everyone's a little bit of adjusted. The nerves would be calmed, but that is not the case here early in this one. Rosenberry has an open look. That one is good from Michaela Rosenberry. And Rosenberry and Seidel both continue to have good nights from the three-point line. Here we go now. St. Mary's with the ball. Kendall has the ball up top, has a couple of good looks down low, decides not to go to either. Shot clock down to 10. Kendall work in the middle, runs off the screen, has to pull up for 3, and that's good. So kind of a backwards play ran by the Pomeroys there. Ends up in a wide open three-point shot, and Kendall able to hit. Price gets it in down low, has to go back out. 20 seconds to work with now. Price, she'll try it for 15, and that is money from Jordan Price in the short corner. Here we go now. Ingram working on Seidel, pulls up. That's no good. Jordan Price with a rebound. Numbers now for LCU. Price kicks out. McClure for 3. That's in and out. Rosenberry follows and will go to the line to shoot one more. Excellent heads-up play by Michaela Rosenberry, and she earns herself an old-fashioned three-point play. Is that foul going to be called? on Maggie Reimer. That'll be Reimer's second. That put Rosenberry on the free throw line, and she hits it. The lead now up to the lead up to 12 for LCU after a good run by them. 35-23 the score. 2:50, so just under 3 to go here in the first half of play. Price looking to push again off the turnover. Price, good tip from behind as that ball is going to stay right here. Here we go now, Seidel set to trigger the inbound. Here we go now, finally gets it in, nearly a 5-second call as Rosenberry has the ball. She'll fire. That's short. As McClure, good heads-up play by McClure, diving on the floor, but numbers now for for St. Mary's, as that is what we call an over and back. Another turnover committed by SMWC. So Smith with the basketball up top. Goes the right side to Seidel. Seidel goes cross court that time to Jordan Price. Price surveys, has to get in the corner. Smith thought about the three. Goes Drin. Gives it back out to Seidel. She'll fire. That's too strong. Good rebound that time by Jordan Price, but it's off the hands, and Jeffers with another hustle play ends up in a possession for the Pomeroys. Lobs it over the top. Saunders thought about it. Goes cross court. The 15-foot shot well short that time. And that's going to be out of bounds off of Rosenberry. It's going to stay right here. As Maggie Reimer going to check back into the game. And Coach Lowry wants a second to talk about it, so we're going to call it 30-second timeout. And we're going to take a quick break ourselves. We'll be back here for more basketball action in just a moment on the Red Line Network. All right. Welcome back. We got some exciting basketball taking place right here. A 12-point advantage, 35-23 for LCU. Off the 30-second timeout, though, Ingram has a nice touch from 15, and she scores for the Pomeroys. A minute 40 remaining here in the second quarter. Seidel goes right side to Smith. Smith goes in middle. Smith picks it up, and they're going to call a jump ball, and that was a very early jump ball call. Very early call indeed, but possession will stay with the Red Lions. Seidel set to trigger the inbound. Goes back up to Rosenberry to Smith, and that will be the play, as excellent block right there by Allison Hardick to put the ball out of bounds. 5 seconds to work with on the shot clock for LCU now. McClure to inbound. Got to get it in. Gives it into Smith. Smith goes up. No good that time. And that goes out of bounds. And they're going to say that was off of Michaela Smith, and that's going the other way. It's a lot of energy and noise for a very empty gym tonight, and I'm loving it. As the Pomeroys have it, as the game clock hits 1 minute, and they're going to say a jump ball, and that's going to stay right here. A lot of jump balls being called tonight. Not something you normally see in NAIA terms, but hey, here we go. Kendall set to inbound. They get it in as Hardick has it. Game clock hits 1 minute to play here in the opening half. As they lob it up, that time to Reimer. Reimer, good position, but has nothing to show for it. Ingram pulls up, and they're going to say she's fouled. She will go to the line to shoot 2. That foul going to be picked up on Avery Seidel, and that will be her second, team second, here in the second quarter. It's a lot of twos there, Ian, and that will put that time Sydney Ingram to the free throw line. So Ingram so far on the night, perfect 4 for 4 with 6 points to show for it as she's able to knock the next one down. And the second one is good as well, so 50 seconds, 35-27 in favor of LCU, the score. So Price, skip pass to Seidel. Seidel being chased off the three-point line. Excellent defense by the Pomeroys. Jeffers way too aggressive out there. And that foul, once again, going to be called against Abilene Jeffers. That'll be her second. So McClure's set to inbound. Shot clock to 20. Price, she pulls up for mid-range. That's good. So a couple of jumpers from the short corner range for Jordan Price tonight. As here we go now. Shot clock turned off. 15 seconds remaining. Reimer nearly lost it, has to get back down to Ingram. Ingram fires for 3. That's in and out. Jeffers, though, another offensive error. Great block by Rosenberry. And they're going to say the possession arrows, or excuse me, the possession is going to stay right here. 6.5 seconds remaining here in the opening half. Kendall set to inbound. Delaney Kendall tries to fit it into the two post players. It ends up in the hands of Hardick. Hardick back out to Kendall. She'll fire for 3. That's good. 2 seconds remaining. Smith has to heave it up and won't fire a shot off, and that will conclude the first half of play. So LCU goes into the locker room at halftime, up 7, make it 30-37. We're going to take a break. We'll be here for the second half of play, as well as some halftime analysis here in just a few moments on the Red Line Network. I'm not going to lie, everybody, as we come back to the second half of play, I'm not really in the mood to do the second half, after I just learned of the highway robbery of my guy Domantas Sabonis not being an all-star, and that is a complete joke by the NBA, and I have no other words to say other than that. It'd be better. Be better. Julius Randle and Zach LaVine are on awful teams. Sabonis is the best player, averaging 28-5 on a fourth-best team in the East, and he's not an all-star. First player in NBA history to have those stats and not make the all-star team. NBA needs to be better. There's my platform. Go follow me on Twitter if you want to see more of that. All right, back to the game. As we come out of the half, LCU has a 7-point advantage, 37-30. As we go high post to Ingram, the Pomeroys get their first possession on offense, and some contact is going to equal a chance to go to the free throw line, as that'll be the first foul on Michaela Smith here in the contest. And that'll put Sydney Ingram on the free throw line, as she has 8 points off 6 for 6 from the free throw line. And sometimes, I guess, the announcer's jinx can work for you as she misses that one. As she misses the second one, too. So 0 for 2 from the charity stripe here to start off the half. It's still a 7-point lead for LCU. So Smith has the ball, gives it to Henningsen. She fires from 15. That's no good. Pomeroy's looking to push now. As Kendall slows it up, gives it over to Jeffers. Back to Kendall on the left side. They're trying to get the post touch, but nothing there. As Hubbard finally able to get back in, she's got to be careful. If she picks up that fourth foul, she's going to be sitting for a while. As Michaela Smith going to be called for her second foul and as many trips down on the defensive end of the floor for LCU. Here we go now. Hubbard with the basketball. Dribbles to her right, pulls up for 15, and hits the side of the backboard, misses everything. Ingram puts on the deck, but yep, she walked with it there, and we go the other way. So here we go now. Seidel, ball on the right side. Surveys, gets it into Henningsen. Henningsen dribbles to her right and on baseline. Back to McClure. McClure goes right to the rim, has her shot blocked out of bounds. That time by Jeffers. And so far, the Pomeroys tonight have been pretty successful with the no-fly zone on this end of the court, but not too successful as they still are down 7. So McClure set to inbound, kicks into Henningsen, has 10 seconds to work with, and they're going to call foul on the floor. And that's going to go against Hubbard, and that is her fourth. So Hubbard probably going to sit for close to the remainder of the second half. May see her later, but she's going to be sitting for a while, and that is a 5-second call by LCU, and that's going the other way. Here we go now. So Kendall dribbles to her right. This is really where LCU made their push with Hubbard on the bench, as right there Reimer able to go over the top. With Hubbard on the bench in the first half, so we'll see if they can have a little magic of themselves here in this one. Smith goes in the corner to McClure. McClure to Seidel. Seidel pulls up for 3. That's no good, and that's going to go out of bounds, and that's going back the other way. So here we go now. Kendall working on McClure. Kendall lobs it over the top to Reimer. Reimer goes up and scores. And Reimer, after not being very effective from the paint in the first half, has got 4 points here early in the second half of play. Runs off a screen from Rosenberry. Kicks it out to Seidel. LCU got to get something going on offense, as you could just feel the energy depleting for the ladies in red right now. As Seidel, shot clock down to 3. Smith got to do something with it. She floats one up there. It's good. So good shot at the end of the shot clock from Michaela Smith to keep the lead at bay as they now lead by 5. Ingram runs off a screen, fires for 15. That's no good. And they're going to call something on the floor. And yep, that's going to go against, that's going to go against Jeffers. That'll be her third. Here we go now. Smith. Oh, good cut that time of Michaela Rosenberry, and she has herself a wide open layup for LCU. Ingram fires for 3. That's in and out. So Smith running the court now, goes behind the back towards the middle. Oh, man, if she would have turned to her right, Michaela Rosenberry would have been wide open from deep. Smith. Oh, good cut again by Rosenberry. She, after a couple pump fakes, is fouled. And I believe, and that's going to go against Delaney Kendall. That'll be her second. And that will put Michaela Rosenberry on the free throw line. Rosenberry 1 for 1 from the charity stripe tonight. She's got 9 points, 3 from 6 from the field, including 2 for 4 from three-point land. She's able to knock down the first. As she goes 1 for 2 from the line to give her 10 on the night. 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. A 42-34 lead right now for the Red Lions as they go the double horn set up top. And they're going to call a foul on the floor, and that's going to go against Lexi McClure. That'll be her first. Here we go, Kendall set to inbound. As they kick it in down low, wild shot and missed. And a foul going to be called against Hardick as she pulled Rosenberry to the ground with that call. That'll be her third on the game. So Seidel now. Kicks it into Henningsen. Henningsen goes up, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. It's the physicality of the game, as most do, picking up here in the second half of play. As Saunders picks up a foul. As the Pomeroys call a 30-second timeout, which means we'll take a quick break. We'll back here for more third quarter action and more on the Red Line Network. You know, just a little more to complain about with the Sabonis deal. Right now, Sabonis on the year averaging 21.5 points per game and 11.6 rebounds. Ian, that's quite a lot of both of those. All along, he has 23 double-doubles, which is second place in NBA in double-doubles. Out of the top 6 players in the double-double category, he is the only one that was not selected to be an all-star. As Henningsen goes 2 for 2 from the line to push the lead back up to 10 for LCU. As that time Harding not able to contain the pass, and here we go, now 3-on-2 fast break. Good hands from behind as Jeffers continues her great hustle tonight to throw the ball out of bounds, and it'll stay right here. Here you go, McClure set to inbound. Here we go, now as McClure, great move, had the defender hit the deck on the pass fake, and it looks like she might be a little banged up. As we got ourselves as we have ourselves an injury timeout, we'll step aside just for a moment. And we're back. 44-34. And as good post move right there, but the ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to call a jump ball right there. Possession going to stay right here with the Pomeroys. Here we go now. Jeffers has the ball. Kicks it out, right time to Saunders, and Saunders will set up shop. Delaney Kendall now with the basketball. Kendall driving to her right, working on McClure. Good defense played by Lexi McClure, forces a wild shot, but Saunders gets the rebound, tries to dump it up off to Jeffers. Ingram for three, too strong. There's a lot of pushing right there, but they're going to save that ball off the hands of Maggie Reimer, and we're going back the other way. Here we go now, LCU with possession. Lead still to 10, 4:15 here in the third quarter. As they switch to a man defense right now, Smith now working in. She goes right to the bottom of the basket. Good shot fake by Rosenberry. Rosenberry goes up, a lot of contact, but it's going to stay right here. As Jordan Price will check in for the first time in the half. Shot clock at 11 for the Red Lions. Seidel set to trigger the inbound. Seidel kicks it out to Henningsen. Henningsen goes right back to Seidel in the corner. Seidel got to put it up top, though, to Michaela Smith. Shot clock down to 5. Smith spins back middle, goes to her right, kicks it back out to Price. Price has to lob it up and not able to hit the rim there. A shot clock violation. We're not in the NBA, and shot clock violation going to be called against LCU. As St. Mary's now with the ball. Kendall drives right into the teeth of the D, and they're going to say she's fouled. She gets a trip to the free throw line. Foul going to be against Audrey Henningsen. That'll be Henningsen's third. And that will put Delaney Kentel, the senior from Plainfield, Indiana, on the free throw line. And ball don't lie, as that shot was well strong off the back of the iron. Kentel now 2 of 3. She's got 13 points, 4-7 from the field to go from 3 for 5 from deep. As she goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line there. And good to see Allison Hardick after a hard hit to the floor. After hard hit to the floor by Lexi McClure on the other end, she's able to get back into the game. As Henningsen fires for 15, that's in and out. Maybe the opposing team, or maybe a little bit of a homer, but you never want to see injuries happen to either side. So good to see Hardick check back into the game as a careless turnover right there. And out of all the jump ball calls, not sure why that was the one that wasn't. But either way, it's going to be so here we go now. Shot clock at 13. Again, a little bit of clock issue. Here we go. Kendall set to trigger the inbound. Tries to look at Jeffers, and they honestly probably should have been looking at Jeffers there. She was left wide open, but Hardick has a wide open 8-foot shot, and she knocks it down. 44-37 now, as we're under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Smith has the ball up top, looking to see what to do, goes right into the middle, hooks that to Price. Price, she goes right into the lane, and they're going to say double dribble on the play. That'll be another turnover committed by LCU. And here we go. Coach Lowry wants a timeout. He's going to call full timeout, which means we'll take a break. We'll be back here in a little bit on the Red Line Network. Welcome back here to a pretty good one we got going on in the Laughlin Center. LCU with a 44-37 advantage. 2:30 left here to go in the third quarter. And I'm not sure how playing good defense is a foul, but that is going to be called against Michaela Smith, and that's her third. And Smith did not move at all. Had the offensive player ran right into her and got knocked down. But either way, the foul's going to be called on Smith. And that will put Natalie Jeffers on the free throw line. As Jeffers, ball don't lie, misses the first. That's her first trip to the line. Jeffers has 8 points to go from 4 for 6 from the field. Also has 10 rebounds. The leading rebounder on either side right now for St. Mary's. As she is able to knock down the second one. 44-38, now 30 remaining here in the third quarter of play. Seidel, ball on the right side. Kicks it back up top to McClure. McClure surveys, goes left side to Smith. Shot clock to 15. Smith goes to her left. Goes right over around the backboard. Tries to go cross court to Price. Gives to the corner. Seidel will fire for three. That's good from Avery Seidel. Seidel's got 14 tonight. So good ball movement by the Red Lions. Ends up in a wide open three-point shot from Avery Seidel. And she's able to knock it down. Here we go now. Kendall, wild shot, misses everything there. And LCU now up 9, looking to push the lead back to double digits. McClure goes middle, and that's going to be a foul called on, I believe, Jeffers, and that is Jeffers' 4th foul. Also the 5th foul on, St. Mary's of the Woods College. So LCU shooting free throws the rest of the quarter, as well as are the Pomeroys. But Lexi McClure goes to the free throw line, and she doesn't hit the first. Here you go. She makes the second. She goes 1 of 2 from the line to push the lead back up to 10 with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 48-38, 5 fouls apiece. So both teams the double bonus for the quarter. Hardick picks it up, kicks it in the hands over to Ingram. Ingram goes back to Hardick. Shot clock down to 10 for the Pomeroys. Israel Kendall goes up, and an offensive foul called against Delaney Kendall. So the 3rd foul called on Kendall. And we're going back the other way now. Seidel, as we approach the minute mark here in the third quarter. Rosenberry hits the cutting McClure. McClure back out to Rosenberry. Rosenberry hits Price down low. Price getting able to hold on to it. And we're going back the other way. Ingram kicks it down low, right time to Reimer. Reimer throws it to nobody, and that's another turnover. 44 seconds remaining. Numbers for LCU. Smith goes up by herself. Shot no good. Rosenberry the follow. Also no good there either. And now the shot and game clock separated by just 5 seconds. Ingram goes up. Good hustle that time by Jordan Price. Layup no good that time either. Ingram fires for 3. That's good. So a wild sequence of basketball ends up being an 8-point game now. 15 seconds left. Michaela Smith will hold for the final shot. McClure over to Seidel. Shot clock down to 5. Here we go now. Seidel, she'll fire for 3. That's no good, and that will conclude the third quarter of play. So a wild, wild end of the third quarter ends up in an 8-point lead for LCU. Whew. And we're going to take a break. We got ourselves an exciting fourth quarter in store. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Red Lion Network. As we start the fourth and final quarter of play, LCU with a 48-40 advantage, as they're going to call it kickball, so it's going to stay right here. As Smith set to trigger the inbound. Kicks it down low, little give and go right there. Michaela Smith goes right to the rim. Kicks it back out. McClure thought about the three. Goes cross court. Michaela Smith, she'll fire. That's good for Michaela Smith. And the lead goes back to 11. LCU done a very good job answering all the punches thrown tonight by St. Mary's. Got to keep that up for just 9:30 more. And right there, Kendall hits the fall-away jumper. Kendall's got 16 now for St. Mary's. Here we go. Price has the ball in the corner. Lobs it up top. Good cross-court pass to Rosenberry. Rosenberry tries to hit the cutting. McClure goes off the hands right there of Jeffers. Shot clock down to 10. Smith goes right to the rim. A lot of contact, and she's going to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. And that foul going to go against Maggie Reimer. That'll be her third. Yeah, Sydney Ingram will check back into the game. So Smith, a 64% free throw shooter on the year. Smith tonight, batting 1,000, 2 for 2, make it 3 for 3. She's got 10 points off of 3 of 8 from the field. 1 of 3, or excuse me, make that 2 of 4 from deep. So a good play that tonight by Smith. As I stand corrected, she's got 13 now. So 53-42. With 8:50 left here in the fourth and final quarter of play. As Kendall goes up. That's no good. Rosemary the rebound. Here come the Red Lions. Smith goes cross court to Seidel. Seidel fires from deep. Way strong. That's going to say that is off of Reimer, and that's going to stay right here. And I don't know. I guess the official changed his mind. All right. Guess we got some undecisiveness from the officiating crew tonight. Always wondered why that was possible, why you could change a call like that, because there's certain things you can, certain things you can't. Yep, and we followed up with a bad foul call on the other end, as that's going against Jordan Price. Here we go. Kendall set to inbound. As they get into Jeffers. Jeffers, a series of pump fakes. Back out to Ingram. Ingram fires. And off the illegal hit off the shot right there. Either way, it's a missed opportunity right there, and she was wide open. So here come the Red Lions. Rosenberry goes over to Price. Finds McClure. Back out to Avery Seidel. His Price in the corner. Price drives in baseline. Goes right over the top of the rim. Has the shot blocked that time by Hardick. So some sloppy play on both ends of the floor for both teams right now. Here we go. Kendall goes back up top. Ingram will fire from 3. That's in and out. So Seidel will set things up for LCU. Seidel goes back up top to Smith. Smith to McClure, fires from deep. That's no good. So both teams have gone without a bucket in a little bit of time now. As Ingram tries everything she's got, and a weak and one call will send her to the line to shoot one more. As they're going to call Avery Seidel there, that'll be her third. So as Hubbard and Saunders check in for St. Mary's, and Audrey Henningsen checks in for LCU. as Ingram hits the free throw. Lead now 53-45 in favor of your Red Lions. 7 minutes remaining. McClure decides to eat off a little bit of clock. Had a wide open three-point shot, but gives it up. Show fire this one, though. That's no good. And Hubbard just checked in, running the court now. Hubbard, got to be careful. She's one foul away from being out of this game. Ingram, she'll fire a very tough shot. And a couple of teammates running into each other. And here we go now. Rosenberry got to capitalize here. She goes up and she walked with it. As Coach Lowry going to call a 30-second timeout. We'll take a break. We'll be back here in just a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final 6 minutes of play here in the Laughlin Center. 45-53 in favor of your Red Lions as we go out of the 30-second timeout called by LCU. Ingram fires for three, and she hits it. Make it 53-48. McClure hits Seidel. Seidel goes back out to Smith. LCU needs to answer right here. You got to feel from the momentum shift in the energy. And they're going to say that Smith was fouled on the floor, and that's going to go against Jeffers, and that is it for Jeffers. So she fouls out. She ends up with 9 points, 4 for 6 from deep, 10 rebounds. And a good, solid hustle play. She had a lot of plays that will not end up on the stat sheet for St. Mary's. So a good hustle player tonight for Abilene Jeffers. But they're going to have to play the rest of the way without her. Smith, she fires for two. That's no good. So Kendall now running things for St. Mary's. Good steal that time by Smith. Here we go now. Numbers for LCU. 3-on-2 fast break. Smith will take it herself. Has to kick it back out. Got way too deep right there. And Coach Lowry going to call timeout. So we're going to call it timeout. We're going to take a break. Back here in just a moment. You're watching LCU basketball on the Red Line Network. And welcome back. 5 minutes and 15 seconds remain here in regulation in the final regular season game of the year for the Red Lions, as we're going to get in a little bit of the AII conference and what that entails here soon as Henningsen fires from deep. That's no good. A scramble on the floor. Hubbard has it for the Pomeroys. What would be senior night, but we got couple of four-year members that are going to come back for their fifth year due to the COVID extra year of eligibility in Henningsen and Smith as she walked with it, and that's going the other way. You missed that before the game. Here we go now. Smith has it. As they try to go backdoor to Seidel that time, but Seidel not able to get free right there. Here we go. Henningsen makes a move, goes right to the rim, goes over the top. That's no good. Good tip out there. Gives it another possession for LCU. Seidel, she gets in the lane. Back out to Smith. Smith drives in over to McClure. She fires from deep. That in and out. And the Pomeroys now giving them a lot of boards to LCU. As good heads-up play as Ingram calls time, which means we'll take another break. We're back here in just a moment on the Red Line Network. Welcome back. Just looking at the AAI, take a second to realize what's going on in the AAI conference. The AAI, the conference tournament, just 4 teams invited from both the guys and girls. And the girls side of things, they are the 3 seed. They will face Crowley's Ridge on Friday at 2 p.m. If they're able to win the game, the winners of the semifinals games are going to play for the conference championship, but more importantly, have an automatic bid to the NAI national tournament. So the girls will face Crowley's Ridge as a wild shot thrown up right there. It's going to be out of bounds to stay here. And the guys team, the 2 seed, they will face Voorhees College at 7 o'clock on Friday night, with the game championship game being Saturday. Once again, all they got to do is win 1 game, and they are in for the national tournament on both the guys and the girls team. So exciting stuff coming here shortly for LCU basketball, as we got almost all the sports getting out of the way. As every night you see the volleyball team practicing, soccer's getting started up, baseball's practicing. It's a fun time to be a Red Lion here at Lincoln Christian University. As Kendall has the ball for the Pomeroys, goes over, Ingram fires from deep, and Ingram hits another one. And the lead has been cut down to just 2 for LCU, 53-51. Rosenberry goes up, got in way too deep, has the shot off of the bottom of the backboard. Hubbard running for the Pomeroys. Runs off a screen right there from Reimer. Got to know where Ingram's at all times. Hubbard goes up. That shot no good. Reimer goes up again, and we have ourselves a tie ball game. So tie game at 53 apiece with 3 minutes remaining. McClure left wide open. That shot too short. So Hubbard decides to slow things up. And right now, St. Mary's not a good three-point shooting team, 26% on the year, but they do have Ingram. She's left open again. That one too strong. Reimer on the offensive board goes up and sells the foul call, and she's going to line to shoot 2. And that'll be Michaela Smith's 4th. As Jordan Price checks back in. Excuse me, that was not going to be called on Smith. That was called on Avery Seidel, so that's Seidel's fourth. So that'll put Maggie Reimer on the free throw line. It'll be for her first attempt. She's got 4 points off of 2 of 7 from the field so far on the night. She misses the first. She goes 1 for 2 from deep, from the free throw line, and a 30-second timeout going to be called by the coach of the Pomeroys, which means we're going to take a break. We'll be back here shortly here on the Red Line Network. So St. Mary's of the Woods College has just taken a 1-point advantage, 54-53 with 2:30 left here in regulation. Foul situation, got 2 team fouls for the Pomeroys, 3 team fouls for the Red Lions. Got to get to 5 before it's a bonus. So both teams have a couple of fouls to give, so we're well away from a hack-a-shack. But if the event of it, both teams got some fouls to give. As McClure goes cross-court to Seidel. Seidel back up top to Smith. Michaela Smith has the ball stripped from behind. And after going behind the back several times before, the defender read her like a book right there and able to get a steal from her right there. Reimer goes cross-court. Ingram fires from deep. That's no good. As Price goes in, good hustle play by Jordan Price, and we're going to call foul on the rebound. That foul going to go against Maggie Reimer. That'll be her 4th. As we're under 2 minutes to play, Michaela Smith goes left side to Jordan Price. Price surveys, finds Rosenberry in the corner. Not a lot of offense going right now for the ladies in red. Rosenberry trying to get something going, tries to throw it over to McClure, and a careless pass goes out of bounds, and we're going the other way. So an offensive drought right now for LCU as St. Mary the Woods College has outscored the Red Lions 14-5 here in this 4th and final quarter of play. Here we go now. Minute 20. 1-point lead for the Pomeroys. Reimer has him on left side, goes back up top to Hubbard. Hubbard runs off a screen. Hubbard goes all the way. Wild shot, misses everything, and here come the Red Lions. Price sees the opening, has the ball stripped from behind, and she is fouled. That foul going to go against Allie Hardick. That'll be her 4th. So a couple players in foul trouble for both teams now. McClure tries to get a load of Price. Price goes up and scores for LCU. So good play on the inbound as LCU is retaking the lead with under a minute to play. 55-54 now. Here we go. Kendall drives right into the lane, goes up, layup way strong. LCU with a rebound. Michaela Smith walks it up the court. 42 seconds remaining, up 1. Here you go, Price. Ball on the left side. Price has to get rid of it. Gives it to McClure. And that's got to be a foul. Nope, they're going to call a jump ball So possession going to fall in favor of the Pomeroys. So some careless basketball being played right there. Ends up a jump ball. And the shot clock turned off. There is 29 seconds remaining. Here we go. Hubbard has the basketball, gives it back to Kendall, and here we go. LCU elects to go man defense. They're going to try to run a play for Ingram, and they do. Ingram runs right to the rim, and a garbage foul call. Terrible call right there. Rosenberry held her ground. Ingram was fading away from the shot, and she'll get a pick-me-up free throw attempt. And ball don't lie. Ball never lies there. So the best thing she can do right here is tie it. And she hits it to tie the ball game up at 55 apiece. 15 seconds now. Smith has the basketball, and we're going to call foul. Nope, they're going to call timeout. All right. So timeout with 12 seconds remaining. Game tied at 55. We're going to take a break here. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Red Line Network. As we come down to the final stretches of this one, next foul will result in free throws for both teams, 55 apiece, 12.3 seconds remaining. LCU and Lexi McClure set to inbound. They throw in the backcourt over to Michaela Smith. 10 seconds now. Smith runs it in, goes right to the rim. No good that time. So with 4.6 seconds remaining, Pomeroys get the ball and a timeout. So some pretty good defense played right there by St. Mary's. Ends up in a possession for them. We're going to step away for just a break, and we'll be back here in just a moment. So here we go. So off the advancement, tie ball game, 55 with 3.8 seconds left. So they took away about 1.2 seconds, 3.8 remaining, still plenty of time to get a shot off. They get into Hubbard. Hubbard goes over to Ingram. Her shot no good. And we're going to overtime here in the Laughlin Center. Well, for those of you wishing for overtime, us student workers, we're getting paid by the hour, so here we go. We got extra time for you, as if this game wasn't exciting enough. So we're going to step aside, And we'll be back here for the overtime in just a moment on the Red Line Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got 5 extra minutes coming at you for free tonight. There you go. Gotta love the sport of basketball. So the score is tied at 55 apiece. The ball's up in the air, and Hubbard contains it for the Pomeroys. So they'll get the opening possession. Here we go. Hubbard goes right in, kicks it back out. Also important to notice, as Kendall has in the corner, both teams shooting free throws the rest of the overtime period. So expect a lot of stoppage and play if there's any foul calls. So Hubbard throws up a prayer, and that goes out of bounds, and that's going the other way. Here we go now. First possession of the overtime period for LCU. Price has the ball. Dribbles to her right. Tries to go middle. Resurges and goes back to the left. Gives it out back outside, this time to Michaela Smith. Smith goes behind her back. Kicks out to Price. Price throws up. Has her shot blocked that time by Hardick. Here come the Pomeroys. Ingram goes back up top. That time to Kendall. And here we set up. Kendall goes over, tries to get an Ingram. Ingram can't hold it, nearly lost it. And good pass intercepted that time by Smith. Working 1-on-2 fast break. Smith goes up. That's no good. Rosenberry with a rebound. And Rosenberry shoved to the ground. And that will be the 5th foul on Allison Hardick. And the 15th foul, which will put Rosenberry on the free throw line. So Hardick is fouled out. Hardick ends the game with 2 points off of 1 of 4 from the field with 3 rebounds and assist for the Pomeroys. And that'll put Michaela Rosenberry to shoot 2. She's able to hit the first. And Rosenberry, she's got now 13 points, 4 for 9 from the field, 2 for 4 from deep to go along with 11 rebounds. So good play tonight here from the freshman from Mahomet, Illinois. Here we go now. Ingram has the ball, gives it up top to Sodders. Sodders goes to her left over top to Kendall. Kendall back up to Hubbard. Pomeroy's looking to move the ball around as they get into Reimer, and she goes right over the top of the defense and scores to give the Pomeroys a 1-point advantage. Seidel, skip pass to Rosenberry. Rosenberry got to do something with shot clock to 15. Rosenberry, and you can drive a truck through that lane, and she misses the layup. We're going back the other way. As off the missed layup, the Pomeroys get a possession. Hubbard to Kendall. Kendall, as they give it right down low to Reimer. Reimer, a wild shot. Wasn't even looking at the rim. And we're going back the other way. 57-56 in favor of St. Mary of the Woods. Seidel receives the handoff, goes right side that time into Smith. McClure, she'll fire from deep. And they're going to call foul on the floor as Rosenberry hits the deck. And that's going to go against Reagan Hubbard, and that is Hubbard's fifth. So 3 players have fouled out now for St. Mary of the Woods. And that will put Michaela Rosenberry on the free throw line. As she misses the first. As Rosenberry hits the second to tie the game up at 57 apiece. 2:15 left in the overtime period. As Kendall dribbles to her right, receives a screen, goes back to middle. Kendall left all alone, and she buries the 3. And that is basketball 101. The most dangerous player on the floor is the one with the ball. You can never, ever leave the ball. Rosenberry hits Price up top. Over to McClure. McClure goes back up top to Smith. Smith off the spin, goes to the rim, has her shot blocked, and we're going the other way. So Delaney Kendall, she's got 19 points. None of her points bigger than that 3 right there. 1:30, up 3 for the Pomeroys. As Braver gives up top, Kendall has to heave it. Almost ganks it in, but well short. And here we go for LCU now. Seidel gets up top to Price. Price makes a move, goes to the rim, and scores! And we'll go to the line to shoot one more. So aggressive move right there from Jordan Price. And she has a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play to tie the game up at 60. And that is the 5th foul against Maggie Reimer. So that is the 4th Pomeroy to foul out of this one. So they're going to have to bring in Maya Crawford, her first action of the game. This freshman from Indianapolis, Indiana, way Beech Grove High School. So good aggressive move right there for Jordan Price as she knocks down the free throw to tie the game back up at 60 apiece. Henningsen checks in. McClure will have a seat. And here we go now as we hit the 1-minute mark here in overtime. As Crawford has the ball, goes up top to Baver. Baver goes up to Ingram, back to Kendall. Pomeroy's moving the ball around. Got to do something. Shot like a 10. Ingram goes up, and offensive foul called against Sydney Ingram. And LCU will get the ball with 43 seconds remaining. So Seidel gives it up to Smith, and here we go. Man defense for the Pomeroys on this possession. Smith hands up to Seidel. Seidel skip pass over to Rosenberry. Rosenberry's got 15 seconds to work with. Price makes a move, spins back left, throws it up. No good there. So shot clock turned off, 20 seconds remaining. No timeout to call. Here we go. Kendall goes in. Wild shot, no good. 8 seconds left. Here we go. Smith runs it. 5 seconds. Gives it to Rosenberry. She fires. That's good. That's good. And Michaela Rosenberry drills it as time expires for LCU. So LCU ends the season with a win at home. And Rosenberry plays hero ball tonight at Laughlin. Final score, St. Mary 60, LCU 63 in overtime. So we're going to take just a second for prayer, and then we'll be back for closing statements. So that'll do it here from Laughlin. Just going over the final score rundowns. Hubbard ends up with a point to tack in for St. Mary the Woods. Crawford, good play by her. She ends up with 19. Ingram with 20. Hardick with 2. And both Reimer and Jeffers add in 9 to equal 60 points. On the LCU side of the things, Seidel ends up with 14, Price with 11, McClure with 1, Rosenberry with 17, including the game-winning 3 at the end. Henningsen with 6, Smith with 14 to equal 63 points. So that'll do things here from Laughlin Center. Just a reminder to be checking out LCU Athletics on Twitter for more information. We got a big one coming up this Friday, both men's and women's competing for a chance to go to the NAIA championship, the NAIA tournament and the conference championship. So that'll wrap up things here on the final presentation of basketball on the year. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in at any point. I'd like to give a special shout-out to the people who helped me out with color commentary and Coach Christian Lowry and Tyler Basso on the year. I'm Jared Glassford. So long, folks. This is it for us here on the Red Lion Network.